Hi, welcome back to the Hyper Chef. Today we're going to make guacamole, white bean bruschetta, and we're making wonton cups. I like to serve them with the wonton cups. You could actually do it with pita, pocketless pita, you cut into triangles, and toast, or just crackers. But I like to make these because they're kind of festive looking. These are ordinary wontons from the supermarket, wonton skins. What I do is I put them out on here, like this. I'm gonna lay them out in here. They're thin. Makes 2 trays when you're done. Olive oil spray. Just quickly spray them, quickly flip them. That's all there is to this. People think you're really fussed. I already have it set in the oven, which is why I'm rushing. So I'm going to show you how we fit these in. Just like that, just like a little flower. And if they tear, I go every other and then I come back and fill in. If they tear, don't worry about it, because when they cook up, they get nice and hard. That's all you do, making little flowers, push them down to the bottom. Nice and simple. I have a set in the oven, which as soon as I do these, I'm gonna switch them out because I see they're already ready. I have the oven on 350. All right, 2 more. Now you can go back and fill the other holes as well. I'm not gonna need that many because I already have a full tray. So just come with me over here. And these are ready already. These have been in for 7 minutes at 350. And look how they come out. Look, I made wonton cups. That way when your guests want to take a little bit of dip, bruschetta, whatever you want to make with it, they can put them right inside these wonton cups. So we're going to take these out as we burn our fingers so that they can cool. And then these can be stored in an airtight container for several days. And let's see. All right, these are almost done. I'm going to take these out, and then we're going to go right into making the white bean bruschetta and the guacamole. And you made 2 perfect appetizers quickie appetizers for a party. And nowadays, if you do these, you can even pre-fill them. They might get a little soggy, so I don't know if I do that. I'm going to put that down in there, and I'm going to put this one in the oven. Again, 350 till they're golden brown. Depends on your oven. But there you go, wonton skins. So now, let's talk about on my beautiful new countertop. Everybody's envious. My new black walnut countertop. The rest of the counter's not in yet. We're gonna do guacamole. Where is my avocado? Here it is. Okay. Potato masher. This is the old-fashioned Cutco potato masher, but the original rosewood handle. It's my mom's. I love this for mashing. I saved one to show you how I take it out. See, I take the spoon, and I go like this, and I go like this, and voila, she is done. So, you want a nice ripe avocado. You want to mash it up really well, which I already did, but this is 4 avocados, by the way, which is what I pretty much do, is usually between 4 and 6, depending on how many people. All right, that's all mashed up. Won't need you anymore. Now, we're going to add to this some diced tomato. I have a lot here because I need it for another recipe. For this, you don't want to put too much diced tomato. Then I have diced red onion, which I rinsed in the underwater to take some of the sulfur off. You don't want to put too much. So you're going to take this, and this is my version of guacamole because, as you all know by now, I'm allergic to garlic. So this is my version, and I think that's plenty of color in there. I tend to go a little light on the red onion. I'll put a little bit more of this in. All right, so here's this. Now we're going to season it. How do we season it? First, we put in some salt. You don't want to over-salt it, because once you do that, you can't take it back. You know, but avocados are very bland if they don't have salt in them. So we're gonna go like that. We're gonna add some lemon juice. Shake it up. A little bit goes a long way. This doesn't have a shaker top, so be careful. I put a little black pepper. Some people don't like black pepper in their guacamole. I happen to like it. And remember, guacamole is to taste. So when you're all done, you have to taste it, and then you adjust your flavors accordingly. Sometimes it needs a little more hot sauce. Sometimes it needs a little more salt. Sometimes a little more lemon juice. I'm a hot sauce person, so mine tends to be a little more hot saucy. If that's actually, oh look, I created a new word, hot saucy. So, all right, now we're gonna give this a taste. A little more salt. It's too sweet. Now, of course, I need to get a new spoon because I put that in my mouth. All right. We're going to stir it up. Now, how do you keep this from turning brown? It's gross when it turns brown. First of all, put the pit back in. Save a pit, put it in. Second of all, when I cover it flat on top. But first I'm gonna show you how I do these. Anybody wants to eat one, they put a little bit in here, and then you have a wonton cup with guacamole. Good stuff. Now, we're gonna take this plastic wrap. We're not gonna put it on the normal way. You're gonna push it right down on top of the skin. And you can do this a day in advance. By wrapping it this way, it won't turn brown on you. Kind of like pudding. That's number one. Now number two, we're gonna do white bean bruschetta. These are drained small northern beans, the small white beans. You can use cannellini. I find they're too big. You don't want this to be too bean heavy, so you have to have enough tomato and everything else to balance it out. Here's your diced tomato. All right, that was about 3 diced plum tomatoes. For both recipes, I only use plum tomatoes. All right, you don't want the bean to tomato ratio to be too much bean. So we're gonna do it like that. I'm gonna put a little bit more in. I have it, so I might as well use it. Then what are we gonna add to this? We are going to add celery. This is about 2 to 3 ribs, diced up fine. Or my version of fine, because I'm lazy and I don't like to chop up really small. See the beautiful color it adds? Now what are we gonna add to that? We're going to add some chopped basil. So I have some chopped basil to go in here. And remember, as I always say, tomatoes are a fruit, so they need a good amount of salt. So this is gonna get some salt, some pepper, some lemon juice. Looks like a lot, but remember, tomatoes are very sweet by nature. So you're gonna wanna put a fair amount of salt. And when you let this sit in the fridge, you can always re-season it later. And put a little black pepper in. Okay. And I'm gonna add a little splash of hot sauce. That's enough. This one needs a little lemon juice as well. What's nice is these two recipes use the same ingredients. So you end up being able to make them pretty quickly at the same time, and you make 2 very different appetizers. And this is very, very healthy. Now we're gonna put in a little olive oil. Like a tablespoon and a half. All right. We're gonna stir that in. And then we're going to add a shot of red wine vinegar, not balsamic. It's gotta be red wine for this. All right. Fun to always open that with a repaired shoulder. All right, little splash of that. And make this nice and cold. And look at that, white bean bruschetta, and that took no time whatsoever. And there you have it. You have a white bean bruschetta, you have guacamole, and you have wonton cups to serve them in. And as we like to say here on The Hyper Chef, mangia con buon gusto.